Yo.
So, um, before we get into the interview questions, first of all, I'd like to say thanks for playing, guys. It was a pleasure as always to cast your games. And the next thing we should do is, if either of you have any shout outs to make, now's the time to do it.
I don't have any.
Nope, I'm good.
Nothing. Okay. Well, then we'll throw out kind of like, at least I will throw out a kind of a mutual shout out because we were all talking about earlier. Seat Story Cup's still going on. Feel free to check it out later. It's been a pretty awesome tournament for both Hearthstone and StarCraft 2. So
And Warcraft 3.
check that shit out. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and talk about the games. So, game one actually was a pretty interesting game for Habitation Station 1. Like, nobody doing anything insane like rushing for the gold mace, but it seemed a little bit more usual in flavor. Now, one thing I would like to talk to you guys about, because honestly, my perception of the moment in the game where the army walks up, kind of gets past the photon overcharge, and then we have that thing with the robotics bay going. I mean, the robotics facility going on. I kind of want to hear from both of your sides, kind of who you felt like was coming out ahead in that situation.
I was not.
You were not. Okay. Could we go through some of the details?
Um,
I mean, obviously, you're losing the army.
I,
That's a
I,
big
I
element
was
of it.
I'd already sacrificed the army. I wasn't gonna do game-ending damage. I was losing like 20 supply-ish. I mean, that game was just a mess anyway because from the very first stalker I got over, he like got 5 SCVs off of the line because my Marines weren't gonna be out, and I can't punish with a Reaper the stalker being on the field. In fact, you can't punish the Reaper or the stalker at all with a Reaper. You need
Right.
Marines in a bunker. So honestly, that one stalker won him the game because I was going to be behind anyway, and I was just going to try to do something, but he kept them with the core in the bag, so we got the photon overcharge off safely. Stim wasn't done. All the army was going to die. Um, I thought maybe I could go into the base and see if there was some nice juicy tech. There wasn't really. So yeah, I was just dead.
All right. What about from your perspective, Shadver?
Um, I was pretty scared because like I saw him like advance across the map, and I was like, all right, I'll do this. And I went to go warp in stalkers out of my 5 gates, and I was supply blocked. And I was like, oh my god, am I gonna die? But I think I already had +1 armor, and then I think +1 attack was about to finish up.
Yeah, I
So
had 1-0 instead of 1-1.
Mm.
so my stalkers were actually able to survive that attack
So
and push it out for me.
the thing that confused us, like, and the reason that I'm even focusing on this in the first place, is one thing that actually happened is you ran up the ramp and got in front of the robotics facility right when the Colossus was about to come out. And then one of the things that happened was Shadver decides to cancel it right at the last second. And then, of course, the robotics facility gets destroyed, so his Colossus gets kind of delayed. And we're sitting there going, well, an army died. The tech has been kind of hammered. What do we make of this situation? And I think Zero is actually curious about this. Remember, right? You wanted to ask about
Right, yeah. The
Colossus.
Colossus was literally like 5 or 6 seconds away from completing. Is there a reason you canceled that?
Um, it was gonna pop out, and I mean, it would have gotten maybe 1 or 2 swipes, and then it would have died. So I
Hmm.
thought it was better just to save the resources. And then I used that to throw out my third and warp in extra stalkers.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay.
I actually I moved my guys into that tiny little spot because I was expecting more zealots, but instead it was just a crap ton of stalkers.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay.
I liked it. That situation that was pretty well played. I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on right there. So
Yeah, it was quite a bit more complex than I'm used to seeing. Like that was the interesting thing about it. Usually I've noticed like all the fighting tends to occur all in the natural, and then one player maybe like pushes forward, gets something, or backs off, and that got interesting to say the least. Now the second game, I was this something you had planned in mind to do on Heavy Rain?
Uh, yeah,
Okay.
because it was what Heavy Rain or Yansu,
Uh,
and if it honestly, um, I probably would have done the same thing on Yansu, but I like Heavy Rain more. But basically, the thing with that is, I think I probably would have come out a bit better had I been more aggressive with my first bunker. My first bunker was too far back to really be useful, and
It couldn't really hit anything. That is true.
I'm so used to T-Rexing's ergs to where you want to keep your first bunker
Right.
back,
So I can
but
protect the second one.
yeah, but you're and if you're gonna proxy T-Rex or Protoss, your first bunker has to be in range to do damage. If that had been like 2 squares over, then it would have been able to hit the pylon, and then I think I would have won.
Ah. Well, I was actually going to ask about that because I'll be honest, the extent to which I understand the whole Turek situation is what you can do if you scout them while they're building, where you can start harassing the SCVs and see if you can like kind of force one to cancel or slow it down. So when both barracks get off like immediately like that, we'll step away from the game as it actually occurred for a moment and just talk theory for a moment with the both of you. Is it like ideal for the Protoss if they want to hold this off to be getting it really early, or like how basically can you help me out understand the situation?
I mean, to hold a 2x as the Protoss, you just have to make sure that you get your mothership core out fast enough.
Yup.
It doesn't really matter like what else happens. I mean, if he gets a good bunker behind your mineral line, you lose all your probes, like you lose.
Sure.
But if you can get that mothership core out and you can use the stalkers to delay the bunkers, kind of like you do with the cannon rush,
Oh yeah. Okay.
then all you have to do is wait for photon overcharge and you can clean up the bunkers from a safe range, which is what I did, and then use the stalkers to chase down the Marines. So it's all about that mothership core.
It makes sense. Makes sense.
It's actually really disappointing. I wish Protoss early game wasn't so strong because there used to be fun things you could do in PvP, and now there's not.
Dude, back in Wings of Liberty, I couldn't even take second base.
I know, it was great.
I like the
loved it.
mothership core. I don't just get like 1-1-1 every game or like just get killed by roaches. It's great.
1-1-1 was dumb. I'll admit that. That was dumb.
That, along with what was the name of that map? Test Bug, I think, where the 1-1-1 was like perfect on it. Was that Test Bug or was it another map? It was a lava map though, or had lava on part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the map.
It's all fuzzy. It was the one where Puma beat up a bunch of people and I think won a tournament.
I think there's a lot of maps where Puna beat up a bunch of people, but
it's just like I don't know why that one stands out in my mind. I think that was probably like the first time I saw the build, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good."
Yeah,
it's pretty hard to kill. But yeah, thanks for playing as always.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun.
A lot of fun to watch.
All right, folks. We can talk about via the emails if you guys want to play each other for a third game. The third show match would be a best of 5. You can do that if you want, or we can grab new opponents for you. It's up to you guys. We'll worry about that.
all
right.
Later. In the meantime, we have another 2 hours, I believe. No, not 2, just 1. Right? Let me check the schedule. Brain's
I think
not
it's
functioning.
2.
oh crap, guys! Snoot is up.
Nice.
Is he winning?
Snoot is up 2-1.
Wow, Avilo popped up in the Seed Story Cup chat, and everyone just freaked out on him. Poor Avilo. He made like one comment. I'm looking at everything. It's just like everything just has
Oh
to
my
do with
god. That's so. All right, no, Avilo gets such a bad rap.
I mean, like, I don't know what to think about Avila. Like, I mean, he's funny to watch. Like, I'll watch him if there's no one else streaming, but sometimes he's really annoying.
I don't really know much about him, so I can't really have an opinion. But yeah, Nomad versus Carlos is in 2 hours. That'll be I think that's going to be a ZBT. Highly recommend watching that, guys.